Hey everyone, so in today's vlog we are going to be talking about understanding and resistance, and I'm going to give you some examples of how understanding other people, situations in your life, your own experiences gives you an oomph onto the spiritual path, whereas resistance is actually the ego. Resistance is a personality trait of the ego. So let's get into it. Now, understanding. When you come from a place of understanding towards a situation, any situation to do with family or job or friends or even political shit going on in the world, when you come from a place of understanding, you're coming from a place where that scenario, it's like, it is what it is. You're allowing yourself to just exactly that, allow it to be. That is what I mean when I say understanding. What I don't mean when I say understanding is there's a ton of people in this world where they want to see the good in others. They want to see the good in other people, situations, scenarios. So they'll come from a place of like, oh, maybe that person did this because of whatever else is going on in their life. Like, that's horrible. They wouldn't do that. Maybe they did this. And then all of a sudden, what happens? It happens to the person that's trying to give them understanding, and they're like, oh my God, what just happened to me? So I'm not saying, and I want to make that really clear. The understanding that I'm talking about is the path of it is what it is, so it shall be. Okay. It's not, that's what I'm talking, not a place where you're trying to justify or rationalize in your own mind of why that other person did it. Then you give yourself a million excuses, and oh, but that person's not really like that. And then that person turns around and does it to you, and you're like, oh shit, what just happened? That is not understanding. That's a bit of a personality trait, and it's something you have to work through in your lifetime to get over, because when someone does something that is unjust, you have to call it unjust. You can't make excuses for that person for their behavior. What you can do is you can employ understanding, how I just said, and you can just say, all right, well, it is what it is. I mean, what can you do? It is what it is. So do you see the difference? The differences in the two understanding. Understanding A is let it be, it is what it is. Understanding B is making excuses for the other person and then getting screwed in the end. All right, so that's understanding. Now let's talk about resistance. Resistance is a trait of the ego, and there's two types of resistance. So when you're in any sort of situation and you resist to it, so you will hear yourself saying, like, the language is no. Right away, if someone says, yo, have you thought of this way? And the other person says, no, I haven't. And then they'll interject and give their perspective. That's ego. That's no, I haven't. Now you have to listen to me. This is my perspective, and it's right, and it's better than yours. Resistance will create that kind of chaos, most definitely. And that's the harsh side of resistance. The other side of resistance is the softer side of resistance. And I've experienced this resistance within myself. It's where someone gives you like these situations or these opportunities. Someone gives you these opportunities on, hey, maybe start adding more keywords in your vlog so more people watch them. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't really care. I do this for fun. I do it for myself. It's healing for me. That's resistance. And I just recently caught that resistance within me because I mean, I do this for myself because I want to share what I learn. So become the teacher learner and not just remain the learner teacher. But I did catch myself and I was like, yeah, why am I doing that? It's a lower form of resistance, and it's also the ego. And this is what I mean. The ego takes on 8 forms. The ego will be your mother, nurture you when you need it. The ego will be your father, discipline you when you need it. And the ego takes on 3 roles of the boy and 3 roles of a girl. And often in the girl boy, they are the roles of baby, toddler, childhood, early life, and almost like end stage or wherever you are in life now. It'll take on the role of an elder. It takes on 8 roles altogether. And that is what I experience, and that's why I am sharing this vlog, because my form of resistance was more, you know what, I'm doing this for myself. I'm doing it to heal, and I just share information because I just want to get this energy out there because I know it will heal others. And I know it does heal others. I have people inbox me all the time. But it's resistance. It was my ego keeping me at a lower level of not expanding more so my channels, not expanding the things that I'm good at. And that's the biggest thing. I'm good at this because I've experienced it, but I still gave it resistance. I just wrote a short workbook and a book on how to really do tarot, which is coming up soon. And it was this book, this short book, this book, where I began to think, I got to get this information out there. This is important information, and I want to help millions of people through their spiritual journey. And you do it through the higher mind or lower mind. Most of us are in the lower mind, by the way. And that is what I depict from the tarot in my short book. And that was what started me thinking, okay, maybe I was still resisting using keywords. Because don't forget, I have another organic skincare business, which I wholesale, which I've done all this work. I know how to do keywords, I know, but I've never put this out there. Like with keywords and my spirituality stuff, like I've never put this out there harsh, but I'm good at it. But I was resisting. So guess what you want to do. If you're watching this still, I know I've babbled and I'm going to post it anyways because I want to. How have I been dealing with this resistance? Surrender. Whenever I catch it, I've been surrendering it. So here's the level of your thoughts. Okay, here's the level of your thoughts. And what you want to do is you want to surrender it right underneath. Here's the level of your thoughts, and you'll learn how to do it in my book, which is coming. It's only going to be a couple weeks. I finished, it's done. But you literally want to surrender under your thoughts. The reason you want to surrender under your thoughts is because there's no thought forms here. And in this little short book, it teaches you how thoughts are even formed. And then I'm using the archetypes of the tarot to help you understand why you're forming those specific thoughts that you are forming. And that's how I caught the little tail end, maybe not a tail, maybe I still have a big ego. I don't think I do, but that's how I caught this little bit of my resistance. That's how I caught it. And then I began to surrender it and surrender it. And as I've been surrendering it, I'm like, okay, I feel more, okay, I'm gonna start my keywords. I'm gonna start doing podcasts on each one of the tarot. I'm gonna start doing this, and the other thing. But that's how it came. I had to surrender that little bit of resistance that I've been having. And it feels like when people tell you something, oh, you need to do this, or you should be doing that. I'm like, yeah, but I knew I wasn't gonna do it. Be like, yeah, I should, but I knew I wasn't. That's also your ego. Love you guys so much.